Welcome to ConceptoCAD. So in previous video, we saw how to create a basic wireframe to generate basic surfaces from it. So in today's video, we are going to see about the Surfaces Toolbar in Generative Shape Design workbench. So to explain it to you, I have created a part in GSD workbench. So I will just open it up. Okay. So yesterday we have gone through this wireframe toolbar. We have also seen how to design a surface based part from scratch. So I will just push these toolbars away. Okay, so today we are going to look at Surfaces toolbar. As you can see, there are many tools in Surfaces toolbar. The first one is extrude, then the offset, then sweep, fill, multisection, and blend. These are the most useful tools while doing. So at first we will look at the extrude command. So extrude command extrudes a curve into a surface. To do that, we need a basic curve. So I will just define the geometrical set of extrude and I will create a position sketch. Just take the projection point and click on OK. So I will create a profile using spline tool. I will just randomly create a profile over here. So this is my basic profile. So I want to create a basic surface from this curve. So I will go to extrude. I will select the profile and direction is default to the sketch normal, but if you want the curve to be normal in any other direction, you can select it over here: x component, y component, and z component, like this. X component is this, and this is the value for the length. So I will just specify it to 50 in both directions. So this is simple extrude command. This is the curve and this is the extruded surface. The next one in this extrude command is revolve. As the name suggests, extrude creates surface in one direction. For revolve, we need a profile to be rotated around an axis so that it can create a symmetrical surface. Right now I will just hide this surface and I will create a profile for revolve. Okay, so I will go ahead, click on sketch, just sketch, and again I will use spline tool so that I can create a flower pot like profile. So this is my profile. So I want to revolve it around the z-axis to create a flower pot like profile. So I will just create on revolve, click on the curve, select the revolution axis z, and here you can specify the angle. Right now the angle is 180 degrees, so it is a half round. If I want it to rotate full 360 degrees, I can specify the angle as 180 plus 180, 360 degrees. So as you can see, a flower pot like shape is created in surfacing. So this is a revolve command. Is it same as the revolve command in the solid design. Now the next command is sphere. So to show those commands to you, I will just hide this revolve. Okay, and click on sphere. The sphere requires only one input as the center, and sphere axis will be by default the absolute axis. You can change this axis using the axis system, and here you can specify the sphere radius. I will just specify it to be 50. So as you can see, this is only half circle created over here, so you can change this value here. If I will specify the value to be 360 degree, it will be a complete revolution. Again, one more setting is there. If you want to cut this sphere at particular angle, you can specify the value of that angle over here. As you can see, the sphere has stopped at 45 degrees on the either side. So if you don't want to cut the sphere at particular angle and you want a complete sphere, you just have to create over here. It creates the whole sphere. Click on preview and click OK. So this is our sphere. Now the next command is a cylinder command. So a cylinder is basically as same as sphere, but only cylindrical in the shape. So I will go ahead and hide this sphere and click on cylinder command. So when you click on cylindrical surface command, it requires two inputs. The first one is the point, and second one is the direction in which you want to create your cylinder. So I will select Z as my direction. As you can see, a cylindrical surface has been created over here. So here you can change your cylinder radius. I will specify it to be 30, and here you can change the length of cylinder in either directions. So this is the length of cylinder from its center point, which we have specified here. So I will just keep it to 50, this one to 30. So as you can see, a cylindrical surface is created. So these are some simple commands in surfacing. The next one is the offset command. So I will go ahead and hide this cylinder, and I will define the geometrical set for offset command. So I have created a surface already here. To explain it to you what is an offset command, so I have created this half round using this curve as I have shown you in the extrude command. So we will just offset this surface to some value. So just click on offset command, select the surface and specify the value. I'll just create an offset at 30 degrees or 30 mm. So click preview. As you can see, the offset is created on the upper side of existing surface. If you want your offset to be below the existing surface, you can click on reverse direction, click preview. As you can see, the value is too much, so the upper surface is getting flattened. So I'll just click on reverse direction, click preview. I will just reduce this value to 10, click preview again. And if you want your offset on the both side of the surface, you can select both sides, click on preview and click OK. So this is basically an offset command. The next one in this tool is variable offset. Now variable offset is a very interesting command. So if I'm creating an offset of this surface, this whole surface, which is a joint, and I want to offset these surfaces at 10 mm and this surface as 20 mm, then how can I do it? So I will show you how to do it. So I will first hide this offset and hide this offset also. So this is our base surface. So click on variable offset command. The base surface is the join of these three surfaces. These are individual surfaces before joining this one, and this one. So I'll click on the base surface as the join. Okay, and now I will select the individual surface which are included in it. I will click on this. Sorry, I have to remove this. Okay, I will just click on its base surface. The first one was my extrude, second one was sweep, and third one is also sweep. So as you can see here, a note is being shown subpart to offset. Okay, so here you can change the value. I want to extrude this surface to 20 mm and both the side arms of this profile to 10 mm. This one also 10 mm. Click on preview. You can see that an offset is created. But if you want to check the values, so I'll just select this surface and this surface. As you can see, the value of offset is 20 mm for the round profile and it is 10 mm for the flat profile. So this is basically a variable offset. It's not used that much as compared to the normal offset command. Now the third one is the rough offset. I will click on rough offset, select the surface. Here you have to select the value of the offset and the deviation. So click on preview. It will take some time. What a rough offset actually do is, whenever you are using a normal offset, sharp is maintained in the offset also. But in case of rough offset, it do not consider the sharp edge that is already existing in the base surface. So it will create a smooth surface at edges also. As you can see, a radius is created over here instead of a sharp edge in the existing surface. So click on preview and click OK. So this is basically all the offset commands in one go. So we will just move on to the next command. So next one is the sweep and adaptive sweep. Sweep command has multiple types. So I'm going to make next video on the sweep command only, in which I will explain all types of the sweeps. So we will not go into the sweep command right now. So next we will see is fill. So I will just go ahead and hide this, and I will just define the geometrical set for fill. So as the name suggests, fill command fills any cutout or any void in a surface. So to do that, you just have to click on fill. You have to select the boundaries of the curve that you want to fill, or bounding boundaries of anything or any void that is present in the surface that you want to fill with the surface. So I'll just click on the boundaries 2, 3 and 4. So after you select the boundaries, it will show you as a closed contour. So if your surface or your profile is not closed, then you cannot create a fill in that profile. So right now you can see that I have selected these 4 curves and it is a closed contour. So click on preview and click OK. As you can see, the surface patch is created in this hollow section of that surface. So this is basically a fill command. We do not use fill command that much, but instead of fill command we go for blend or multi-section to have better surface control. So the next tool we are going to see is blend. I will explain multi-section to you after explaining the blend command. So I will just hide this surface and I will define the geometrical set for blend. So I have created some surfaces already to explain the blend command. So what blend do is it creates a surface between the two existing surfaces by using their edges. So I'll just click on blend. You can select the first curve and the second curve and click on preview. Click OK. So as you can see, a surface is created between these two surfaces. Also we will create a blend over here. So click on blend, create the first and second curve, click preview and OK. But as you can see, when I create a blend directly using these two curves only, I am getting a sharp edge over here and over here. So a sharp edge is not recommended in surface design. So whenever you create any surface patch, it just has to be tangent with the existing surface and it has to be smooth in the appearance. So right now I am getting a sharp edge over here and here. So what I will do is I will just double click on that surface and I will select the supports for the blends. So I have taken this curve or edge as my first curve, so I will give the support as this surface. So you have to give the support on which the curve or edge is present. So for the second curve I will select this surface as the support, as the second curve is existing on the second surface. So I will click on preview. So as you can see, the straight profile is now converted into a circular profile. So if I go to tension, you can see that the tension value is set to default and default, that is 1. If I click on preview and click OK. So whenever you create blend using the support surfaces and give the value of tension or keep the value of tensions to default, that is 1 and 1, you will get a smooth surface which is tangent to both the surface. Now this blend is tangent to this surface also and this surface also. So this is the main difference between the blend without supports and blend with supports. For this blend also, if you want this newly created blended surface to be tangent to this surface and this surface, we will just have to double click on it. You can select the first support as the first curve is lying on this surface, and second support as this surface as the second curve is lying on this surface. Click on preview and click OK. So as you can see, whole or both the blends are in tangency or are in smooth flow with the existing surface. So this is basically a blend command. This is the most used command in surfacing. Blend and multisections are used plenty of times while creating new surfaces or surface patches, which we will see in the videos to come. So the next tool which we are going to see is multisection. So to explain multisection to you, I have created surfaces already. So I will just define the geometrical set and hide this one. So I want to create surface patches at this location and this locations using multisection. So what multisection do is it creates a surface patch using two sections, as the name suggests, multi-sections. So it will require at least two sections and one guide profile, or two sections and two guide profile in this case. So I will show you how to do that. But one thing to remember is your profiles should be intersecting to the guide curve, and your profile should stop at that point. So right now, as you can see, if I click on this profile, it is flowing beyond the guide curve that I want to use. So you have to split this profile with this guide curve. So I will just go to split, I will select this edge, and I will select my guide profile, and I will click on other side. As you can see, the profile or the first section is now been splitted, and it is intersecting and it is stopped at the guide curve. I will do the same with the second profile, and I will split it with guide curve. So as you can see, I have got two profiles which are stopping at the guide curve, and a guide curve which is intersecting with both the profiles. So I'll just go to multi-section. Then first of all, we have to select the sections. So this one is the first section and this one is the second section. So right now, as you can see, when I select a section, there is an arrow that pops up with that selection. So you have to remember that you have to always maintain these arrows in same direction. Like right now you can see that both the arrows are in same direction. Then you have to click in the guides over here and select the guide and click on preview. So as you can see, a surface patch is created over here. As I told you in blend command, if you want to maintain the tangency of this patch with all the surrounding surfaces, we have to give the support for the sections that we have selected. So to give the support for the first section that is lying on this surface, I will click over here and select this surface. As my first section is lying on this surface, I will click on second selection and click the second surface, as the second section is lying on this surface. Also, we can give support, surface support for the guide as well. So I will click on guide and click this one as my support and click preview and click OK. So as you can see, it may not be any different to you, the multi-section with guide curves and support profiles and without guide curve, but it matters a lot when you are creating a smooth surface. So we will now go ahead and create another multi-section over here in this patch. So as I told you earlier, we have to split the sections to stop them at the guide curves. So here we are going to create a multi-section between two sections and two guide profiles. So I will click on split, select the first section, I will split it at guide 1 and click on other side and guide 2. As you can see, the first section is created which is intersecting with the both guide curves and stopped at them. Also for the second, select the first guide curve, select the second guide curve. So the second section is created. So click on multi-section, select this first section and first support, second section and second support. As you can see, both the arrows are pointing in the same direction. Select the first guide curve, support for that guide curve, and second guide curve and support for that guide curve as well. So click on preview and click OK. As you can see, a surface patch is created which is tangential with this surface, this surface, this and this surface. so it is tangential to all the surface surrounding it. One more important setting in case of multi-section is of deviation. So if I check this box, you can see there is some value of 0.001, that is 1 micron. So what this value denotes is if your surfaces are uneven or you receive a surface tile of bad quality, so there may be a distance or there may be a gap in between these two surfaces of a very minute value like 1 micron or 0.01 micron. So you have to mention that value over here. It probably ranges from 0.01 to 0.05 mm, which differs from OEM to OEM. So your OEM will tell you the value of this deviation, so you don't have to worry about it. Just remember, if sometimes your multi-section gives an error, so you can adjust this value of deviation to 0.01 and you will be good to go. So click on preview and click OK. So this was all about multi-section command. So as we saw in today's video, we have gone through various tools in Surfaces Toolbar, and I hope you understood the difference between the blend and multi-section. So as we saw, blend is created between the two existing surfaces using two edges without any guide curve, but multi-sections requires at least one guide or two guide curves, as we saw them in both the cases. So this will be all for today, and the only tool that we haven't covered in today's video is sweep, as sweep is a very lengthy tool to explain, as there are four main types and in again there are also subtypes. So we will see sweep tool in a separate tutorial tomorrow. So thanks for watching the video, and if you really liked it, do subscribe and share the video with your friends and spread the word. Thank you.